Hello from Tokyo, my Jade Warriors. Isaac here, and you are with me for a very special episode of the Potion today. Yes, we have a two-tiered objective. First, a TGS wrap-up special. Yeah, baby, you better believe it. I've been to the Tokyo Game Show, bought the t-shirt and the mug. Check that shit out. You can't go to the Tokyo Game Show without buying some of the merchandise. Hell no. And the second objective today is celebrate my birthday. Woohoo! Yeah, baby. Tell ya, best birthday present ever, going to frickin' TGS. Oh yeah, I bet you're jealous. You're jealous, aren't you? Oh, I'm sorry guys, I wish I could take you. It was a hell of a lot of fun. But we're going to go through the photos. We're going to check out some of the details today as soon as I open my present from my beloved mother. Yes, I did receive this last week and I should have probably opened it up on my birthday, but being the 21st of September, last Friday, but I thought I'd wait to open it with you guys. So, without further ado, let's get this episode of the Potion started with our traditional sipping of the God's Nectar. Delightful. And for today's episode only, the opening of a birthday present. Ooh, check that out. Oh, good old adorable wrapping from my lovely mother. So, what do you guys reckon it is? Oh, I don't know. You guys can't feel it, but I can, so I'm going to guess something edible. Let's see what we got here. Oh, look at that. Ah, Cadbury Dairy Milk Chocolate. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Mum. I really appreciate it. Ah, Mousse Hazelnut. Fantastic. She knows what I like. She knows what I like. The old mousse chocolate. Fantastic. Thank you, Mother. I tell you guys, like, it is actually not as common in Japan to get this kind of chocolate. So it is very much appreciated. Thanks, Mom. Anyway. Moving on with the show, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for the birthday wishes to everyone that messaged me on Facebook last Friday. It was much appreciated. And I do apologize, guys, that I haven't posted an episode for a couple of days. But, like I said, I've been at TGS. So, just quickly wrapping up the birthday side of things. Yeah, on Friday, with TGS being on the Saturday, went to Makahari Messe, which is in Chiba, to the east of Tokyo, not too far out of Tokyo, and booked myself a hotel room there quite a few weeks ago. You know, you really got to plan ahead for this kind of thing. You have like around 100,000 people at TGS each year, so you really got to plan ahead, make sure you got a room reserved. This is actually the first year I've actually done that. I've been going to TGS for about 4 years now, and yeah, totally the first time I've booked a room, and I will be doing it every time from now on. You better bloody believe it. Because, man, it was so nice just waking up in the morning, walking across the street, and going straight into the show. Usually, I have to wake up at like 5 a.m., you know, take a 2-hour train ride over to Makahari Messe, and enter the place with like 100,000 people on my heels. It kind of sucks. So it was a very nice change of events. And, yeah, had a great birthday, and yeah, moving on to Tokyo Game Show, guys. I had a really good time. Pretty much looking at the photos, which should be on my left or right, whichever side they appear on. You can see that, yeah, pretty much the crowds were huge, lines and lines of people. Because I stayed across the street at a hotel, I actually slept in and went in later, which ensured that the frickin' show floor was covered with people. It was absolute travesty. What a frickin' mess of, yeah, gaijin and Nihonjin alike. It was pretty crazy. But yeah, pretty much once you entered the show, there was the level 5 booth. To be honest, nothing really that blew my socks off there. Just some more Professor Layton and stuff. Nothing too amazing. I think level 5 was that? Well, anyway, I wasn't blown away. So I just moved straight past that. Also past Konami. I would have loved to have stopped to check out some Metal Gear Solid Rising. I'm really looking forward to that game. But unfortunately, the lines and crowds were pretty crazy. So I just kept on moving along. Didn't spend pretty much any time at all in the first hall just because of the sheer size of the crowds. But yeah, the Sega booth had a pretty cool dragon mounted on their Fantasia Star Online 2 booth. It was pretty damn cool. I love me some dragons. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say with Hall 1. Moving into Hall 2, where the beef of the frickin' show is, in my opinion, with the Sony and, you know, Capcom and all the rest of the gang booths, Square Enix, etc. Yeah, moving into Hall 2, they had advertisement for Max Payne 3, which is, of course, already out in the States, has been for some time. Usually a very late release date with some of the American games in Japan, guys, I guess due to translation. But I don't, to be honest, I really don't know why. Like, I really don't think it takes that long to translate anything, really. Like, even a freaking, like, university thesis shouldn't take 6 months to freaking translate. But anyway, I'm sure there's something I'm missing, being, you know, having nothing to do with that kind of translation whatsoever. But anyway, moving past there, onto the PlayStation booth. It was weird this year. There wasn't really much in the foreground. It was all just a big screen, and then behind the pretty much the showcase area of the PlayStation booth was like these pedestals, or like a dual leveled kind of area where on the bottom people were lining up, and then when it was their turn to try a game demo, they would move up to the top level and play a game demo there. So yeah, it was kind of efficient, I guess. It was you know, allowed them to pack in a lot more people in to try those game demos, which was nice. I was really planning, like, the main, you know, purpose of my visit this year was to check out PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. That's the game I'm hankering for, guys. But I was actually lucky enough to get into the beta recently. So I've spent like 8 hours in the last 3 days checking out the beta, getting to grips with the characters, freaking love it. And yeah, just sort of killed my motivation to stand in line for 2 hours at the actual booth itself. So I just had a quick look around the place. Would have loved to have checked out God of War Ascension as well. Would have loved to have checked out several other of the PlayStation games. But as the crowds were just crazy, it would have been at least an hour and a half wait on any game. I moved on. And yeah, pretty much across from the PlayStation booth was the Monster Hunter 4 area. Really cool. Had like model dragons and stuff all over the place. The chicks had very skimpy bikinis on. Obviously, you know, what you'd wear in that kind of monster-filled wilderness, but I digress. Also, there was Gree on the other side of PlayStation. Gree being pretty much the biggest social network gaming company in Japan at the moment. They had some pretty cool stuff, namely the Metal Gear Solid online social network that they're setting up. Seemed pretty cool for those involved in the game series. I'm trying to get into it myself now on the PS Vita. I just haven't had much time with the PlayStation All-Stars Beta and Zen Pinball 2, which freaking kicks ass. But yeah, hopefully I'll get to those games and actually catch up with everyone else in the near future. Square Enix this year was hell of a lot smaller than usual. Like, they pretty much half the size of what they usually show at TGS, but still, you know, they had a decent little showing. Namely, this game I've never heard of before, Bravely Default, which looks kind of cool just from the pretty much all I'm going off is the artistic style of the character design. But, you know, that always holds some promise, I think, so hopefully we'll hear more from that soon. I definitely am interested. Always in the mood for a good RPG, as you can tell from most of my series being RPGs on my channel. Pretty much the surprise of the show for me was WeMade. They pretty much make little social networking games for tablet devices and PCs. And yeah, they had a couple of games there, like Arc Sphere, that I'd never ever heard of. Pretty much 6 of their games I'd never heard of that actually looked kind of cool. I'd be interested in checking out, finding out a little bit more about them. So that was the surprise of the show for sure. But the exhibit that took home the gold medal, the Jade Hope Champion Award, was the Sense of Wonder Night Sony VR headset, guys. So this is different from what you might have seen already, which is the kind of 3D headset that you can slide on over your eyes. This is actually a VR headset. So I heard about this a couple of weeks ago when they were taking applications for this pretty much this trial at TGS. Unfortunately, they closed the applications before I could apply. But yeah, just watching the demonstration on the screen, pretty much there was a man inside a room, and pretty much what he was seeing was alternating between a real lady and a fake lady, and a ton of stuff that was not really in the room. So as you can see from this image here, you can see a lady playing the violin, all, you know, kick-ass and whatnot. But in the corner of that image, you can actually see the man sitting in the middle of that room, seeing that woman singing, and, well, not singing, but playing the violin to him, and she doesn't actually exist in real space. So this is just awesome, guys. Like, he was turning his head, he was looking around the room, and she was staying positioned in the room like a real person in real time. It was really, really cool, and a real, like, hopeful little glimpse of the future, hopefully, with the PlayStation 4, with VR glasses. Like, having VR glasses in a game, guys, just think about it. Take a second, and just think about that. Freaking looking around in a shooter, looking around in an RPG, freely rotating your head without having to use a freaking joystick. That is going to be amazing, guys, especially if it, you know, couples well with the PlayStation Move sharpshooter. You're going to be pawning some zombie butt with a freaking VR headset and, you know, pinpoint accuracy move controller, pump action, auto assault rifle device. That's going to be freaking awesome. Cannot wait, guys. Oh, yeah, that was definitely my prize of the show right there. But anyway, still very early days, guys. We don't know if it's actually going to work. I guess I should be saying that to myself. I shouldn't be getting so excited so prematurely. But yes, moving on from there, over to the Capcom corner, they showed off their Devil May Cry, which looks fantastic. I'm really looking forward to that. Obviously from the guys that did Enslaved and Heavenly Sword. Huge fan of both those games. So I'm really looking forward to DMC. The reboot of Devil May Cry. And yeah, just their display corner pretty much with Basara and you know, pretty much every booth had their own screen and stage where they were presenting stuff. So didn't stick around for pretty much any of it. It was just so crowded, guys. It was hard to stay put in one spot for too long with all the people moving back and forth around you. But anyway, got out of there and headed to pretty much the highlight of the show, which is the cosplay area, which is between pretty much Hall 1 and Hall 2. Really, really cool. Some of the effort that these cosplayers put into their outfits, guys, is absolutely amazing. Like, yeah, straight off the bat, here we have Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Freaking awesome, look at that. Some guys from, I think that's Final Fantasy, what'd they rename it? Agios or something like that? Really, really cool. Link and Mario, of course. Can't have a game show without Link and Mario, but apparently you can have a game show without Nintendo, which is kind of weird. Why weren't they there? I don't even know. They should have been there, guys. Nintendo, not there. Microsoft, not there. It was all about Sony and some of the third-party Japanese developers this year, which was good for Sony, but kind of sad for the industry as a whole, I guess. Nintendo, be a part of it, man. Be part of it. Get involved. Anyway, moving on, we've got Kingdom Hearts, leather-clad guy here. We've got the Onion Girl from Japan, the Android singing program. She's freaking cool. Some random Japanese guys. I feel like I know them, but I'm not sure where I know them from. This was awesome. These Sarah and Lightning from Final Fantasy 13 and 13-2. My god, these outfits were absolutely breathtaking, guys. Couldn't get over how immaculate and awesome they were. Really, really, really cool. You can't have a game show as well without a Chun-Li. And yeah, it was one of the most beautiful Bayonettas I've ever seen. Even sexier than the game itself, I think. Like, look at that. Licking on that lollipop. Damn, I just wanted to see her do a backflip and banish some demons. That would have made my day. This was interesting. I literally, there was a wall of photographers around somebody in the middle. So I literally just raised my hands up as high as I could, took this photo, and it seems that there was pretty much a naked girl in the middle of this orgy of men. My god, it was paparazzi central, and I think she's enjoying it, which is kind of scary. But yeah, that was interesting. We got Biohazard Man, or Resident Evil Man, depending where you come from. Here, he was pretty cool. Ezio, of course, freaking our main assassin man. No assassin has kicked more ass than Ezio. I wonder how this new guy is going to do in Assassin's Creed 3. Let's hope he can hold his own, because Ezio's been one hell of an awesome legend. We got Dante here, with his exposed chest. And I'm not sure who his companion is, but to be honest, I never played any Devil May Cry games past the first. They were just, I couldn't stand the fixed camera angle for that kind of hack and slash. It's more combo-centric than Kratos, so that's why the fixed camera just didn't do it for me. I'm definitely in the small minority there, I'm sure, but yeah, it wasn't my cup of tea, but the story seemed pretty cool. I should just watch all the cutscenes on YouTube, shouldn't I, guys? Didn't know who this was. This costume was freaking awesome. I love this costume. If you guys know who this character is, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know. That's just so cool. It's such a mixed match of awesome. Like, look at those ears and bandages and mask. That's awesome. He's like a rabbit ninja or something. These two were from Final Fantasy Agito, I do believe it is again, with the cards and the guns. A Harry Potter style school-based Final Fantasy. Damn, I can't wait for an English release of that. Come on, Square Enix, get your act together, man. Another group from the same game. Final Fantasy 12. Truth be known, I've never actually finished 12. I finished 4. I nearly finished 7. I've never actually finished 7. I finished 8. I finished 9. 9 being my all-time favorite. I finished 10. I finished 13. But I never played 11, 12, or the rest. So, which guys is your favorite Final Fantasy? Let me know. I was just in love with Final Fantasy 9. And speaking of which, boom, there you go, baby. Check that out. That is some awesome, awesome Final Fantasy 9 right there. Ah, look at that Zidane. That dagger, that Kuja. Kuja looks awesome with his exposed chest, but I have a sinking suspicion they're all actually females. Dun, dun, dun. Oh my god. It's confusing, but awesome at the same time. Here's our some characters, one of my housemates' favorites. The girl that's actually a boy, I believe. I forget his name. But yeah, awesome costume. And here we go. Probably, yeah, my second all-time favorite RPG on the PS2. My first being Shadows of the Colossus. The second being Ico. Look at that. That's absolutely breathtaking. What an achievement. That is an awesome, awesome costume duo right there, guys. Amazing. Anyway, that was it, guys. After that, had another quick look around the place. Just collected some brochures and pamphlets and whatnot. Look at that. Got myself my catalog of upcoming Sony stuff. Lots of Vita stuff coming, which looks pretty cool. Can't wait for Soul Sacrifice, Beyond, and The Last of Us, and God of War Ascension are probably going to be the big 3 for next year. If PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale doesn't come out this year. Fingers crossed it does. Damn, I want that game so bad. Oh, just let it loose, guys. The beta's awesome. Like, you can tweak it and fix it after release. Please let it out. Anyway, enough of my begging. They're never going to watch this. But thank you very much, guys, for you watching. I really did appreciate it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this little walkthrough of what Tokyo Game Show was like. It was freaking awesome. Had a great time. I hope you guys will have the chance one day to check it out. Yeah, let me know your impressions of this episode below, what you think was cool about TGS this year, and if you think there was something I missed. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Thank you very much for the birthday wishes again. And until next time, お時間もお楽しみに。じゃあね、気をつけて。また明日ね。バイバイ。TGS 2012!